It's 9:50 p.m. in Southeast Virginia on the 30th of March, and I want to talk to you about sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene, similar to dental hygiene, right, is what's the best way to take care of self in this area. So sleep hygiene, you want to get to bed early, especially now. Cumulative stress will make you more tired than normal, and you can't catch up by sleeping in. You catch up by going to bed early. So it's 9:50. I intend to be heading into bed in an hour or less. What you do the hour before bed affects your sleep, and so you want to get away from screens. You want to get away from anything overly stimulating. You don't really exercise late at night and get a good night's sleep. You don't read things that are scary. You don't watch the news. And this is a real important fact. 80% of what you dream is affected by the last thing you think about before going to bed. So you don't want to be dealing with worries, anxieties, and cares. One of the best exercises you can do to improve your sleep is to have a little pad of paper next to your bed or a little notebook, and you write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Gratitude there's no place for anger or fear or anxiety with gratitude. It's an appropriate posture of humbling yourself before the Lord and feeling the blessing of being blessed. So write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Set that aside and turn out your light, and try to make that the last thing you think about. If you find yourself obsessing or worrying, pick it up again and do it again. And I have other tips that I use for myself. You need to find your way to get a good night's sleep. If I have a pretty busy mind, and so if I'm really distracted, I've developed a practice. Like I may wake in the night and I've got things on my mind, I'll jot them down so that I capture them, and then I'll set them aside. And then if I still don't fall asleep within 5 or 10 minutes, I have a little AirPod, and I stick it in my ear. And I have this particular music that I play really, really low, but it engages my mind, and I'll drift off. Very peaceful, very soothing. There's an optimal level of stimulation for everybody. I don't recommend going to sleep with the TV on. That's a lot of flickering light and stuff like that, although some people claim that they do fine. A fan is real common, a white noise, and then for me, just a little bit of this instrumental music that I play. But you need to find your way of getting yourself out of the distraction from the world, the concerns, and go to sleep. Exercise early in the day is excellent for sleep. Eating the right foods, and you have to know who you are. Different people respond better to some carbohydrate for dinner versus protein. You have different metabolisms, and so you learn to pay attention to what helps me sleep. So the important things are what you do to your brain and your mind before you go to bed, the last hour, no screens. Certain stretches are considered to be helpful. Those of you that do yoga, in fact, I'm going to leave here, do a half hour of yoga, just do my morning routine, get into bed. I have a little bit of a novel that I read, usually 2 pages, and I'm out. I'm almost always quick to fall asleep. The normal human being takes 10 to 15 minutes to fall asleep. That's normal. The normal human being needs 2 sleep cycles, and that can range anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. So that's where we get the 8 hours of sleep needed. I'm not concerned about the amount of sleep you get. I'm concerned about the quality. And if you need to nap, this is real important. If you just want to blow the day, take a long nap. You won't have energy. It isn't really rejuvenating. The power nap is under 30 minutes. And so when I am napping, which I do often, I set my alarm for anywhere from 15 to 20, sometimes just 10 minutes, depending on how much time I've got. And all I have to do is nod off a little bit and then come out of it, and it has a restorative capacity. So the power nap is under 30 minutes. Once you hit 30 minutes, you're well into a sleep cycle, and it's going to take you a while to recover. If you go 2 hours in a nap, you're done for the day. And it may well affect your sleep the next night. Now, last week, I was particularly tired on 3 occasions, and I slept 40 to 60 minutes. I just let myself go, and actually was fine. So it may vary how much sleep you need. So pay attention to your own body, your mind. Sleep deprivation, which I know a lot about. I come from a long line of bad sleepers. So in 1996, I went 6 weeks on 5 minutes to 45 minutes a night, and that was due to stress and anxiety. So I know what it's like to be severely sleep deprived. In a significant state, it can lead to actual hallucinations, but clearly it affects your memory, your word recall, your stress tolerance. Your thinking goes more negative. Your immune system is weaker. You're more susceptible to colds and flu. So in this season of cumulative stress, prolonged grief reactions, and this uncertainty, if you get good sleep, you're really going to help your coping mechanism throughout your whole body, your mood, your immune system, your bones. And so I just wanted to focus tonight on sleep hygiene, getting enough sleep, getting good quality sleep, and what you do the hour before you go to bed is very important. I'm kind of reviewing here. No caffeine after mid-afternoon, no alcohol after 5 or after 8, let's say, and not a lot of alcohol, because alcohol, though it puts you to sleep, it actually does. It's a depressant. It then has a stimulating effect after 3 to 4 hours, and many people wake in the night and their sleep is more affected. Also, if you drink too much, the next day you're just tired. It can have a long-lasting effect. So those of you that do drink alcohol, minimal alcohol, and not right before bed. Same with benzodiazepines, which are anti-anxiety meds, and Benadryl. Be careful with Benadryl. I'm susceptible to restless leg syndrome, and I learned that the Benadryl that I was taking to go to sleep was contributing greatly to my restless leg. Once I learned that, I stopped taking Benadryl, and the restless leg went right away. But it was quite significant, and I haven't had a bit of it ever since. The other thing is the way you're breathing. If you're a snorer, if you snore, you may need a sleep study. And I don't even know if they're doing that now, but a CPAP machine is normal. It's because the throat is too shallow and then collapses when you breathe, resulting in erratic breathing, which can reduce blood flow to the brain, reduce the quality of your sleep. Some people even aren't aware of this. They think they're getting a good night's sleep, but they just feel tired. They can't get moving. And so this machine helps push air so that your brain stays well oxygenated and you sleep better. So I'm just throwing stuff at you. I don't have a script here, but these are tips to get a good night's sleep, which is so critical in this time. I'll be talking more about the effects of stress, how to cope with it. But tonight I just was thinking, as I was getting ready for bed, I was thinking, I'm going to talk about sleep and sleep hygiene. Encourage each other to go to bed early, get away from screens, do a little stretching, figure out what foods work for you, do the gratitude exercise, and nighty-night. Talk to you soon. Bye.